All right, you already know how excited I am that Six the Musical is here in Des Moines. While the show is in town, I got a chance to catch up with one of the queens and get an inside look on how the show all comes together. So come on with me.
Survived. And tonight, we are... Listen up and let me tell you a story.
Welcome to the dressing room. Welcome to this is the shared dressing room here in Des Moines. We share the alternates and the band. It's really fun being an alternate because I get to wear 3 costumes, and these are Tony Award winning costumes. So Gabriella Slade designed these. And
Alternate. Tell me what that means. Yeah.
Yes, so an alternate is kind of like an understudy. There are a lot of different terms in the Broadway and theater world for like swing, alternate, all those things, standby. So as alternates, we basically understudy or cover 3 queens each. There are 4 of us in the tour. And I cover Anne Boleyn, Catherine Howard, and Catherine Parr. So if there's ever any illness or emergency, or if they need a day off, or if there's a vacation, we go on for those roles, for those performances.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Now you were telling us about how these are Tony Award winning.
Yes, these are Tony Award winning. Gabriella Slade designed these costumes, and they're internationally renowned now. But I get the honor to wear 3 of them, which is just really beyond incredible, because look at them. They're like, they're obviously designed to look like pop star outfits, and they are absolutely dazzling on stage. Even when I watch the show still, and I sit in the audience, I am blown away by just like the spectacle of it all, and the costumes are really one of the stars of the show. We have 3 different costumes here. I guess I'll show you the skirts that go with them. This is Catherine Howard, who's the 5th wife of Henry VIII. This green skirt is for Anne Boleyn, who's the 2nd wife, and this blue little peplum skirt is for Catherine Parr. And each of the queens are inspired by different pop divas. So Catherine Howard is really inspired by Britney Spears and Ariana Grande. Anne Boleyn is inspired by Lily Allen, Avril Lavigne, kind of pop punk queens like that. And then Catherine Parr is inspired by Alicia Keys. So it's really fun. You really get to see that in the songs that they sing too, because the styles are just very specific to those queens and the looks.
Do you have a favorite one?
It's really hard to pick because I love them all for different reasons. So I don't think I can pick. I think out of the costumes, if I had to pick, I would probably pick Anne Boleyn, just because there's something about these sleeves, the famous green sleeves of Anne Boleyn, right? That just feels so powerful. So I love wearing her costume, and also you can see the bee choker here. That is obviously a reference to, if you're familiar with Anne Boleyn, the Holbein portrait. You can see she's wearing like a beautiful pearl necklace with a pearl bee with some pearls hanging off of it, and so that's a reference to that.
For opening night, you played Catherine Parr, but then tonight, night 2, you're doing Anne Boleyn.
I am.
What is that like mentally to jump from one role one night to the other role the next night?
It can be challenging. Definitely the quick crossover like that can be pretty challenging, but luckily we had a really intensive, supportive rehearsal process. And makeup-wise, you just kind of start with the foundation, and really the base is pretty much the same for any of the queens I go on for. It's really the eyeshadow that sets us apart. So obviously we have Boleyn, Howard, and Parr here, and I have this MAC makeup palette that they gave to us. We had makeup consultations during our rehearsal process where they helped us with kind of the blueprint of what we need to work with. And then glitter is one of the most important parts of our makeup process. You can see I have lots of glitter here. We got the pink glitter, we got all of it, and so it's very fun. We actually all have our own ways of doing the glitter design and our eyeshadow designs, and it's fun to see the queens play around with it. I think this show is so brilliantly created because it is so fun, and once it starts, it is just the momentum is all the way through.
We're 6.
So 6 runs now through February 19th at Des Moines Civic Center. It is an all-female and non-binary cast and band. It is an incredible show. I'm sure everybody's ready for it to be done with, so I'll stop talking about it.
Yeah.
But
And you're seeing it for a second time.
I am, yeah.
Chanu, I'm telling you,
Once wasn't enough.
the energy through it was so hype. And there's a lot, like, for me, I didn't know a whole lot about this show.
Right.
So experiencing it just kind of open to whatever it was going to be, I was really surprised. I don't really go to Broadway shows a lot or these musicals a lot, but I was just taken by it. Really incredible, even if you're not really into shows like this.
I was going to say, would you agree that it's very different than a typical Broadway show?
Yes, absolutely.
It's more like a big pop rock concert
It's kinda
that
like
never stops.
Interesting.
Vegas.
As opposed to, yeah.
From like the trailer and from the videos, not only are the costumes very elaborate, but it seems like the music and the singing.
Oh, the music's
and
just
the
loud. There's
theatrics.
flashing lights. It's so amazing. So if you have a chance, go check it out. If not, go online and watch a bunch of videos because it will just get you hyped for the weekend.